going to be the women's 200 freestyle. And we're just looking at the number of heats we've got. And the answer is 8. Times they've got to get 2:08 for the A final, 2:10 for the B final, 2:11 for the reserves.
Well, there's fastest entry times here. 2:13. So there's 3 or 4 swimmers on 2:13 entry times. Make that improvement to try and force their way into contention for one of the finals this evening. Looks like we have Lauren Adiman in lane number 1 in this first heat, Anna Pollock in lane number 2, Flora Nichols in lane 3, no swimmer in 4, Beth Gordon goes in 5, Sarah Fife goes in 6, Ellie Riley back in again in lane number 7, Neve Bailey from St Thomas in lane number 8. Anna Pollock off to an early lead there, down there in lane number 2, and being pressed probably by lane number 5, Beth Gordon going well. 2 and 5 looking like they are heading them out there as they come down to the halfway point. Also going well, Lauren Adiman from Bells Hill Sharks. Looks like that is going to be your top 3.
Lee Riley as well, remember her excellent IM swim. She's back in the pool in lane 7, so we'll keep an eye on her. She's in 4th place, not that far back, about a second back on Anna Pollock, the leader. 1:07.78 for her halfway. So, well, there's still all to play for here. 4 swimmers. But like we saw in that last heat of the 400, free for the boys. 4 now in contention for the girls here. Adiman in 1, Pollock in 2, Gordon in 5, Riley in 7, through to the 150 turn. Led by Pollock still, but 400ths only is her lead.
Yeah, Pollock there being pressed by the swimmer right next to her. Lauren Adiman, these two in 1 and 2. May not be aware of the danger across the pool there. Lane number 5, Beth Gordon, certainly in contention. Ellie Riley also right there. And it looks like Anna Pollock may well just be getting headed by Adiman here. It's very, very close as they come into the end. It's very tight between all 4 of them, and it is Beth Gordon who gets it. 2:19.85 for Beth Gordon, by 14/100ths of a second by Ellie Riley. Well, you said to watch out for her, Duncan. She certainly finished very, very well there in 2:19.99. She'll be pleased to get under the 2:20 mark. Anna Pollock in 3rd, ahead of Lauren Adiman, just 4/100 separating those two.
Yep, good introduction to the 200 freestyle, so let's have more of the same.
Number 2 ready to go, Harry Avaisi from City of Glasgow in 1, Hannah Young from South Ayrshire in 2, Lucy Williamson Highland in 3, Ava Simpson in 4 from Dumfries. In 5, Sarah Anderson, East Lothian. In 6, Ellie Palmer from First. And in 7, Joanna Ray from Carnegie. Well, a couple of swimmers under the 2:20 mark in that first heat. Can we get more under this time? Fastest entry times, well, in fact, 6 of the 7 swimmers all with entry times in the 2:20 range, ranging from 2:20.38 to 2:20.90, so expect this one to be tight. Lane number 5 looking good at the moment. 5 and 6, Sarah Anderson and Ellie Palmer.
Ellie Palmer did go under the 220 recently at the Best of the West competition in Tollcross. The 218 there, 218.6. So she's certainly in a good recent form, but it's Sarah Anderson has the edge on her by a quarter of a second, 107.01. This is faster than the previous heat, so I think we are tracking to go sub 220s here. Keep your eye on lane 2. Hannah Young, South Ayrshire. She's going nicely, in fact has the lead now. Really sprung up. She actually beat Ellie at the Best of the West competition. 218.12 for her there, half a second faster than Ellie Palmer. And she's got the advantage again here. 142.73 as they go into the final 50. Still Sarah Anderson just behind Ellie Palmer in third and second, but can either of them challenge Hannah Young down this last stretch? Doesn't look terribly likely.
Oh, Hannah Young was in third place at the halfway mark, just 1/100th of a second behind second place, but she's come through very strongly in this second half here, and she's into the last 5 meters now. She's going to take this one from Ellie Palmer in 2:17.99. Ellie Palmer also under the 220 mark, 2:19.48, and it was Pariavaisi coming through very strongly, getting pulled along there by Hannah Young in lane number 2. Pariavaisi in lane number 1 for third position, getting in ahead of Sarah Anderson. But 2 good swims there. Hannah Young and Ellie Palmer under the 220 mark. As we move on to heat number 3, Megan Patel in lane number 1 from Heart of Midlothian, Ailsa Duthie from City of Aberdeen in 2, Ellen Voot from Milngavie and Bearsden in 3, Brooke Laurie in 4 from Highland, Katrina McManus, East Lothian in lane number 5, Catherine Soder from Kelso in 6, Lauren Rice Dumfries in 7, and Ellis Shields from Milngavie and Bearsden in lane number 8. Well, not great start from pre-race favourite Brooke Laurie, but the 3 swimmers alongside her, Ellen Voot, Trina McManus and Catherine Soder going well. Ellis Shields also in contention there, way out at the top of the screen in lane number 8 as they come down to the halfway point. Does look like Ellen Voot has got a very slender lead.
Yep, certainly expect swims to be under 220 here. The entry times all in the 219 range with the exception of Megan Pathal and Ellis Shields just into 220s. Halfway mark, it is Ellen Voot, 1:06.69. So she has the advantage from Ellis Shields. So Milngavie and Bearsden 1 and 2 at the moment, but it's certainly not a convincing lead that they've got. In lane 5, Katrina McManus, and lane 6, Catherine Soder are all there or thereabouts. So once again, it's 4 who are contesting this. The Milngavie and Bearsden present still right up there. Ellen Voot, who still leads as they go into the final length, 1:42.70. Can she bring it home?
Well, not much in it at all between the leading 3 swimmers. Trying to come back in lane number 6 is Catherine Soder from Kelso, but it does look like Ellen Voot is probably just about going to hold on to this one. It's been a good swim in the outside lane by Ellis Shields. She is continuing to challenge there for second position, but I think her teammate Ellen Voot is going to take this one. It's going to be quite close. It may well be 1 and 2 to Milngavie and Bearsden. I think it is. It is. Ellen Voot takes it in 2:17.46. Ellis Shields, a great swim there. 2:17.78 from the outside lane. And it is Catherine Soder in third position. So Milngavie and Bearsden 1 and 2 in that one. And in third position was Catherine Soder from Kelso. Heat number 4. Ready to go now. We are into the seeded heats now. We have Nicole Reynolds, Dundee City Aquatic in 1, Asa Gordon in 2 from Stirling. Oh, my apologies, Kirsten Grant from Dundee City Aquatic, Claire Thompson from Finns. I'm getting ahead of myself, we're not into the seeded heats yet. Katie Goodburn from Warrender, Abby Brindley from East Lothian, Emma Jeffrey Cumbernauld, Armis Fazy from City of Glasgow, Anna Galloway from Warrender, and Laura Turnbull from Stirling. We are in heat number 4.
Yep, still just thinking about that 400 freestyle record, obviously, Paul, there. Just, so fast you thought we were through. But, well, it's fairly tight here. Lane 6, Parmise Fazy leads the way. From lane 5, Emma Jeffrey. And lane 8, Lauren Turnbull, Cumbernauld, City of Glasgow, Stirling. Lane 1, Kirsten Grant of Dundee City Aquatics, in fact, leading the way, 106.89. Just sneaking up on me on the inside. And she's going very nicely there. Kirsten, Midland Age Group silver medalist, and has, well, maybe a meter's advantage, coming down under a little bit of pressure now from Parmise Fazy. So it looks like it's these two with 3 swimmers behind them. Parmise in 6, Kirsten in 1. See who gets the touch. Still Kirsten, but the lead now just 8 hundredths as they go into the final 50.
Oh, Kirsten Grant doing a good job in the outside lane, swimming her own race there on her own, and she looks like she's going to hold on to this one. Parmise Fazy, lane number 6, may well get in for second, but it's been a good swim. Dundee City Aquatic swimmer here, going to take this one. Very, very good swim there from the outside lane. And that 2:19 has improved to 2:16. Well done, Kirsten Grant, Dundee City Aquatics. In ahead of Anna Galloway, in fact, who gets up just a touch ahead of Parmise Fazy by 6/100ths of a second. Lauren Turnbull in 4th position. There is the result. Kirsten Grant takes that one by over 2 seconds in the end. Anna Galloway finished well.
Yeah, that was quite a surprising one because Parmise was right up on her at the 115. Looked as if she was set to come through, but well, it just didn't happen. And Kirsten pulled away again, made sure of it. Seeded heat, Paul.
Yeah, well, you had a preview of who's in this heat just a couple of minutes ago. I'll recap. Nicole Reynolds goes in lane number 1 for Dundee City Aquatic. Ailsa Gordon from Stirling in 2. Kirsten Calder from 1st in lane 3. Jessica McKee, Carnegie in 4. Kirsty Griffiths, City of Glasgow, next to her teammate Katie Shanahan. Erica Kupchak from Kelso. And Cara Mullen from 1st in lane number 8. But it's one of the younger swimmers in this one. Katie Shanahan, just 12 years of age, from City of Glasgow. 12 years of age this year. And set some age group records in the past 12 months, Duncan.
Yes, she has, and so we'll be watching out for her here. Not sure what the 12-year-old record is in this one, but she could well be challenging for it. Through the halfway mark, it's Kirsty Griffiths, in fact, who now has the lead, 104.26. A couple of seconds, in fact, 2.5 seconds faster than the previous heat. And Kirsty certainly is making all the running here. Looking in very good shape. Reminder that we need to get to the 2:11s to threaten for the reserves. So Kirsty entered 2:14, would need some 3-second improvement on her entry time. Turns for home 1:38.60, so around about 34 seconds there. So that would suggest 2:12-ish. So sprint finish, she could be close.
Oh, Kirsty coming home. We'll keep an eye on that clock. 2:11.50 to sneak into one of the reserve places. Very, very good swim from Kirsty Griffiths. Keep an eye on that clock. Oh, it's just gone by, I think, 2:12.72. She swam it just about on the pace that she went out for. But a very good time indeed for Kirsty Griffiths, improving her entry time by a second and a half. Followed home by Kirsten Calder. And it was Katie Shanahan in third position, 2:16.07. Heat number 6 is the next heat up. We have lane number 1, Beth Gill from Heart of Midlothian, the Hearts cap just peeking out of the side of the screen there. Freya Thompson from Perth in lane number 2, Anna McFarlane, Heart of Midlothian in 3, Hayley Collier from Carnegie in lane number 4. 3 East Kilbride swimmers next to each other, Katrina Fowley in 5, Abby Mitchell in 6, and Chloe Montague in 7. And Caitlin Dodds having a busy afternoon. She goes in lane number 8 for Finns. First of the ball, Katrina Fowley, East Kilbride in first position, Ellie Collier in second place from Carnegie. These two just ahead of Anna McFarlane from Heart of Midlothian.
So Katrina has gone faster than a 2:14 entry time, did a 2:12 at Scottish Schools in January, so well, she only needs to improve by a second or so on that to maybe get into the reserves here. Let's see what she can do. Goes through halfway, 1:04.38, pretty much the same time as Kirsty Griffiths in the previous heat. She's about a body length up on Hayley Collier, and not far behind her is Anna McFarlane, a swimmer's having a really good season. In fact, she is now moving up alongside Hayley, and I think is looking likely to go past her, although Hayley maybe just came back into her stride to try and stop that from happening. But it is Katrina, 1:38.84. Again, very similar to the previous heat at the 150. So she would really need to pick it up hard in this last 50 to get inside that reserves time.
Well, we saw 2:12 in that previous heat. Can we go a little bit faster here? Katrina Fowley from East Kilbride. Here she comes into the last 5. It's going to be a very similar sort of time, just slightly slower in fact, 2:13.93. And she's followed home by Anna McFarlane and Hayley Collier. That is the top 3. They stretched away from the rest of the field. Beth Gill it was in fact in 4th position. Katrina Fowley, convincing win in that race and improvement on her entry time. As you said, Duncan, she has gone faster before this year.
Yes, she has at Scottish Schools, but still, yes, as you said, improvement on her entry time, so she's happy enough with that. I think maybe less happy with the way she swam it, but she was just slipping away on her pacing through the race. One more heat to go in the women's 200 free.
8 swimmers in this one. We have Rosie Matheson, East Kilbride. No swimmer in lane 3. Sophie Annan from Heart of Midlothian in 2. Kirsten Laurie in 4 from first. Bobby Gregg and Taylor Bartlett both East Kilbride in 5 and 6. Elle McMillan back in the water again from St Thomas in lane 7. And Lucy Buchan from first in lane number 8. So 7 swimmers taking the start there. No swimmer in lane number 3. Out fast though, Kirsten Laurie ahead of Bobby Gregg. So around a bit of a second advantage there for Kirsten Laurie. These 2 centre lane swimmers just going away from the others there. Kirsten Laurie looking pretty good here. Entry time of 2:13.00.
So we'll see how her split compares. The last two heats all 104s at halfway. Where is Kirsten going to be? Pretty much the same place, 104.86. So they're flirting with these times to have a chance of a second swim this evening, but so far not quite there. Let's see whether Kirsten can light it up in the second half. Bobby Gregg making some ground in lane 5, just on the toes of Kirsten. Third in lane 2, Sophie Annan, although lane 7 up there as well. Not much between them. Sophie just in third by 700ths on. Elle McMillan in 7. But the leader, Kirsten Laurie, 140.03. So again, I don't think we're going to be challenging the times. And in fact, I think she'll be doing well if she matches that 2:13 that she's entered on. 15 to go. She's around 2-3 meters up. No doubt she's going to take this heat. Although strong finish coming in from Bobby. Kirsten coming in 2:15.23. Bobby 2:16.10, and third place was Elle McMillan 2:17.62.